viewers, welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet. As we are, this is MLB 15, this show, Kansas City Royals franchise. This is Royal Court Insider, as we're going to talk about everything the Royals, everything that's Royals here on the team here for the franchise here on MLB 15. This is episode 3, and we're taking a look here at the bracket here as you take a look as the Kansas City Royals have won the American League Central, and now we're going to move on to the American League Divisional Series against the Boston Red Sox. Of course, that is my team in real life that I really are dear and near to my heart. And of course, I live in the around the Kansas City area, so this is going to be a very interesting series here, not to say the least. But let's talk about the Royals, the series itself. So far, it's been a great year for the Royals. They, like I said, they won the American League Central Division there. We'll show you guys the stats and stuff later, or the statistics here later on. But we'll take a look here at the wild card. There you see for the American League wild card game, there was the Blue Jays and Yankees. Blue Jays win that one as they got 2 runs there in the 5th inning. Final score 2-1. There you see Nationals win that one, and they went towards the last inning there. Final score of 3-2 over the Padres. So those two teams will move on. And we'll see here, Toronto will take on the Oakland A's. As for the Nationals, will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, St. Louis and Atlanta will be in that other series there in the National League Divisional Series. Atlanta will host that series. And, of course, Oakland will host the Toronto Blue Jays in the other American League Divisional Series. So, of course, both teams, of course, in real life right now, Royals just got done finishing up the Blue Jays in the American League Championship Series, and now they've moved on to the World Series. The Mets in real life have moved on. So it'll be the Mets Royals World Series here sometime later this week in real life. So there you see 93 and 69 there. So we got 90 plus wins there for the season. That's what I was hoping to look forward to. Especially for this division, as we are just a division that really just beats on each other and quite a bit. But there you see we clinched that division. The Red Sox clinched the East Division, as the Yankees and Blue Jays both got the wild card spots there. And of course, now we know that the Blue Jays are now the wild card winners, so they'll move on against Oakland in the divisional round. But there you see a 4-game lead over the Yankees. And they're in that division now. In the American League West, Oakland, there you see 104. I believe they have the best record in the American League with only 58 losses there. So they're a team that we're definitely going to have to be watching our eye out for as we move, if we get to the next round. That'll be a team that we'll have to kind of, in that the series with the Blue Jays, we'll have to kind of watch that series there and see what we need to do if they do become a team that just snowballs to getting wins after win. 91 and 71 there for the Braves there in the National League East. Of course, Nationals there took the wild card position there, one or two spots there, and of course now are the wild card winners. There you see the Cardinals 82 and 80. Just a tight race right there, as you see there. Just a game ahead of the Pirates and just 2 games there of the Reds. So that was a really close division, as it always is every year. And then, of course, there in the West, there you see the Dodgers picking up a good lead there over the Padres, a 6-game lead there, and taking that division. There you see the wild card teams, like I already mentioned already, Nationals versus the Padres. Nationals won that, so now they're a wild card team. And they'll be taking on the Atlanta Braves, who have the best record there in the National League. And it's, like I said, it should be a good series there. Those two teams know each other very, very well. Now, let's talk about awards this year. And, of course, the most valuable player there for the American League is no other than Chris Davis. Chris Seals is the Cy Young winner. There you see the Hank Aaron Award to this Cabrera. And there you see some of the Gold Glove winners there. Hosmer won it last year, but this year we couldn't get it for him for first baseman. But we'll see here if any other Royals were mentioned or even looked upon. Now we'll look at the Silver Slugger Award here, and we got guys like Evan Longoria, Steve Finley. Nori Aoki, there you go. So Aoki will be taking home a trophy there, the Silver Slugger there for a right fielder. Congratulations to him. There's his numbers there. You guys can take a look there, and we'll see here. We got to have a negotiation with him after that off season here, see if we'll bring him back or not. But there you see Joey Bats there, who had a great post season here in real life, and overall just a great year with that team with the Blue Jays. So it's going to be really interesting how they're going to rebuild in real life. But here in this game, it looks pretty good right now, as they are on the cusp of possibly moving on to the next round. Then you see there's a late Oscar Travis, as he's still in the game here. This is from 14. I'm moving over to 15. He is considered the Rookie of the Year there in this series. There you see Troy Tulowitzki, who is, of course, now not with the Rockies right now in real life. But in this series, he is with them. He wins that Hank Aaron Award. And we'll take a look here at some of the Gold Glove winners there. You guys can pause the video and check those out. But overall, a great year for a lot of good teams there in the National League, especially with the Braves. We got a great young pitching staff there, and of course with Jason Hayward there, who in this series he's still with the Braves there. In real life, he's with the Cards. But overall, just a great year. There you see a couple of national players there picking up some hardware. So looks pretty good here. A lot of young players, young stars here. They're going to be a very great, bright future in Major League Baseball. So we'll take a look here, and looks like Noriaki with 15 triples. He leads that in that division. And then Alex Gordon. There you see 116 RBI. So they were the leaders for our ball club. And then we'll take a look here. League leaders in complete games, 9 for Shields, and also his whip. Nice job there for his whip. So Shields is a guy that a lot of teams are going to have to deal with when they face the Royals here in this playoffs. That is going to bring their attention here very, very soon. But there we'll take a look here at some batting averages here. First, we'll start off, I believe, in the American League here. You see Alex Gordon, 301. And what can you say about Alex Gordon so far in this series? Great clutch hitter. He's there when you need him. And especially that home run that he hit, I believe, if it wasn't last episode, it was the episode before. It was the last. Actually, it was the last game of the season there against the White Sox. There, clutch. I mean, just wasn't. Just knew, was looking for the ball coming out of the pitcher's hands, and just went all over that ball and just took it over the left field or right field wall. So definitely a guy that they're going to have to pay attention to. A lot of pitchers are probably going to be pitching around him if he has runners in scoring position. So don't be surprised that we'll see him get walked quite a bit in the divisional series. But there you see home runs there. You see Hosmer with 30. The leader, of course, is Chris Davis with 47. There you see Alex Gordon, the most RBIs. There you see him being the leader of the American League. 116 there for him. And then, of course, you see some of their names like Prince Fielder and Edwin Carcion and some of the others up there. Having a kind of off year, but nonetheless having their average season numbers. Then we'll take a look at stolen bases. And this is something I actually had a chance to talk to Ned Yosh here in this series about, and that's something he says he wants to do a lot more of here in the playoffs and going into next season, getting some guys that can run, steal some bases, and put some pressure on the pitchers there, especially late in the ball game there when they are getting close to being gassed out or being on the hook there. He really wants to put the Royals in a good position there so they can tack on more runs and keep it going for the whole crew, and really force the other team's pitching staff to really step up their game. So you see in saves right there, 37 saves there, 60 saves by Jim Johnson there for the A's. So that is something we're going to try to avoid here if we end up running into the A's in the potentially in the next round. There you see our ERAs there and of course there you see a couple rows there with some really good ERAs. Now home runs allowed, there's the 14 for James Shields. But for the most part, like I said, Shields, when he's being in big games, that's why they call him Big Game James, he can step up and really shut down a lineup like no other. And there you see the rookie right there, Ventura. There you see him, 194 strikeouts there to end the season. You see James right there, 9 complete games. He has the most right there. Only person that's close to him is Price and Takanisha there. And the top 3 there, they both had 6. And then, of course, there you see the innings pitched there for the pitchers there. But overall, it's great numbers there for this so far this season. It's going to be really interesting to see of course, James Shields is one guy that we want to keep on this pitching staff. But at the same time, we're going to see what we can do with him and possibly maybe see what other teams are going to be, what other players are going to be out there that we can try to snag for the postseason or for the off season there during free agency period and whatnot. So it's going to be an interesting winter. I think there's going to be a lot of guys out there that we can try to go after and try to really strengthen really the pitching staff. That's something I want to do. Not just the rotation, but maybe get another arm or two in the bullpen. And also find one or two more bats for our team. And I'm really thinking one bat, and I think I have one bat in mind here, and we'll talk about that in a later episode. But taking a look here at the National League there, you guys can check out those numbers there and whatnot. Just overall, Coach Yosh said that he was wanting the team to take some time off and get ready for this series here against the Red Sox. Of course, Red Sox and the Royals numbers, I was looking at them. It's good. The overall series went to the Red Sox with one thing in mind. The Red Sox right now do not have David Ortiz for this series. And so that might be the thing that might actually help us down the as we get this series started, but it's not going to get us out of the woods just yet because you got guys like Petroria, you got guys like Bogats. He's a great young power hitter there. You may not think he's a power hitter, but he is. Deep down inside, that kid can smack a home run. If you guys don't remember, he hit a monster home run over the Green Monster. And one of the episodes there here in this past season, I want to say it was within the last 10 episodes or so, we played against the Red Sox there in Fenway, and that was just a monster shot that he had. It was just, I couldn't believe it. But yeah, so it's going to be really interesting. Of course, you got Napoli, veteran there. He's pretty much taken over the spot there when it comes to first base. For actually I should say in the DH position there for Poppy. So it's gonna be it's gonna be something. Of course, you got their pitching staff. You got John Lester, who's just games like this. This is what he lives for, and he just like James Shields can shut it down. And really, truly, I really think that with the two matchups they got coming up here. You got Shields and Vargas for the Royals, and you got Lester and I believe Buchholz for Game 2 of this series. These 4 men are going to be in a dogfight. It's going to be a very defensive game. You're going to see late scoring. If there is scoring late, it'll probably be in extra innings. So definitely fans there at home watching and there in the stadiums are going to have to, be patient and definitely have a lot of snacks because it's going to be a fun ride coming up in this series here between these two great teams. And like I said, personally, this is going to be a tough series because, I'm not much of a Royals fan, but I am having them as a franchise I'm starting, that I'm playing with here on this series. and trying to beat up my beloved Red Sox is going to be really tough on me. But hey, that's the job I was assigned to, and that's the job that we have to do. So well, let's see what we do against them. Right now, you guys are taking a look at some of the numbers there for the pitching so far this year, and you guys can look at those, see who did what this season. But overall, it's just, like I said, it's going to be a dogfight of a game. There you see Vargas with 214 and a third innings pitched this year. Wow, he's pitched a lot of games. Of course, he actually had he had moved up a start or two a couple of times this season because of some injuries. So he's definitely going to be one pitcher that like I said, it's going to be a dogfight with him and Shields on the mound there. They're not going to want to give up the ball. They want to, go out there and win. But him, Vargas is somebody we're going to have to pay attention to because he has pitched quite a few innings this year, and he may get gassed out pretty early. But you never know with him. He can go the other way and just pitch lights out. We'll have to see how that fares coming up here. I believe he'll be pitching game 2 of that series, as Shields will be pitching game 1 against Leicester. So take a look here, and then, like I said, that's right now. For now, that is the starting rotation right now for the series. You got Shields, Vargas, Duffy, Ventura, and Guthrie. Don't be surprised you may even see Bruce Chin come in there during possibility Duffy may be replaced and Chin will come in to take his place. Ventura, of course, the young rookie there, having a great year. Guthrie, not so. He's been kind of here and there. He's had a rough year, and we'll see what he can do potentially in a series here if we do happen to make it to the championship series. But there you see, like I said, that's the current lineup right now, and that's the lineup we've had all year long, with maybe a couple of changes there. I think we had Guthrie on day 3, but for a while there, and then we changed him to to day 5. But for the most part, that's probably the lineup there. Like I said, I'll probably end up eventually changing Guthrie and Chin out. Chin will come in the rotation and pitch, but just depends on what the matchups are here. If it does potentially go to we do have to play all 5 games. So there you see the schedule there. First 2 games in Kansas City, and of course games 3 and 4 in Boston. And if we have to go to a game 5, a decision game where both teams are 2 games apiece, then there's game 5 right there, and it'll be at home there at the K. So that is it for this episode, you guys, for Kansas City Royals franchise Royal Core Insider. Definitely continue watching the series here, as episode 37 will be coming up here very soon, sometime this week, and along with the episode 38. Like I said, I've already got the first 2 games of the divisional round ready, and actually I got the 3rd game here. About to really get ready to play this after I get done with doing this. But yeah, it should be a good, fun series, and it's going to be something that, like I say, it's going to be a tough series for me to play because I got to beat my Red Sox, and that's I'm feeling really bad. I'm feeling really torn right now. So definitely continue watching the series, you guys, and continue supporting it. If you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like. Also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and check out more Royals franchise here on ESGNet. You guys want the latest information and news on videos and when they're coming out, and so much, and other sport, and not just video game series, but also real sports. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. The links are down below in the description. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.